Yo, what's up guys? I'm gonna be reacting to his story. He's got 5 million subscribers and I did like his video, so let's get started. 3, 2, 1.
Dad, I'm 10 years old. You don't have to tuck me in anymore. I thought you still liked me doing it like when you were little and I'd read you Batman comics. He smiled. Yeah, I used to love those stories, but I already know all of them. Are you excited to go on your school field trip tomorrow? Yeah, I actually am. You're going to the Empire State Building, right? I held up his school pamphlet showing the Empire State Building. Yeah, they're taking us on a tour and we're supposed to listen to Senator Greenway give a speech. I flipped the page and saw Senator Greenway's big smile. That should be fun. It's not going to be as cool as this weekend though. We shared a smile. Yeah, buddy, it'll be your first time seeing Niagara Falls. I can't wait. Can we go on the ferry that goes underneath it and get sprayed by all the mist? Absolutely. I kissed him on the forehead. I love you.
So is his story grown up now?
You, son. Sweet dreams. Love you too, Dad. The next morning, I was making myself breakfast when I saw that I had 5 missed calls from Eddie, my old partner from the CIA. I grew nervous. I haven't spoken to him since I quit 5 years ago. He would only call me if something was really wrong. I called him back immediately. Eddie, what's up, man? You okay? His voice was strained. Meet me at our spot, ASAP, code red. He hung up, and I knew when Eddie gave me an order, I better follow it. We met at our normal spot in Central Park and started walking. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, man, but tell me your son didn't go to school today. He did. Why? What's wrong? A stranger walked by and Eddie quickly lowered his gaze. Ah, man. Well, I'm still working black ops for our old handler, and I've been investigating this terrorist cell out of Russia that's been embedded in New York for the last 3 years. They've been planning a highly coordinated chemical attack, and I'm afraid to tell you that it might involve your son's school. My gut churned with terror. What? How? They're targeting well-known buildings in Manhattan, and I came across a list of elementary schools that are all going on field trips to visit different landmarks today, and that's when I saw your son's school on the list. My heart literally stopped. Oh crap. Do you know if he's already left for the field trip? Yeah, they were supposed to leave first thing in the morning. What's the CIA doing about this? That's the problem. We have a leak, and we have to keep this on the down low. I'm also terrified that the Russians know about me. His eyes were darting around in a panic at every stranger we passed by. How can I help, Eddie? I need you to help me figure out the who's involved and the actual root of this one. Of course, just tell me what to do. We turned a corner.
Introducing the new slots.
Bruh, I think I've got premium for... What the heck?
Out now, Betfair Casino.
What if you could make a song using only your voice? Let's start with the drums. I'm gonna hit drums and click cup.
What was that voice? Bro, what the pretty princess?
And then it was like a lightning bolt went off and struck Eddie in the head. Eddie, no! A sniper caught him from somewhere I couldn't see. Then I heard another shot go off and bounce off of the building wall beside me. My heart started racing and my adrenaline massively spiked. I ducked down and took off running. I felt awful being forced to leave Eddie behind, but I didn't have a choice. I had no idea where they were shooting from, so I hid behind a dumpster and waited, trying to calm my breathing down. Then I slowly made my way down another street and back to where they shot Eddie. I arrived back at the spot and was horrified when I saw that he was completely gone.
I think he went to the wrong street, because there's no way they managed to patch up the shot from the gun.
Removed off of the street as if it never even happened. I looked at all of the people passing by, and they all acted so natural and calm as if nothing had happened. I anxiously grabbed the first stranger's arm. Did you see what happened to my friend? Get your hands off of me, weirdo. I got in another stranger's face. How about you? Step aside or I'll cut you. I searched the ground for any traces of...
Doesn't that guy have this kind of same haircut as me? Like, look at this. Doesn't that kind of match? Kind of. By the way, if you get 100 likes on this video, I will reveal my forehead with my headphones. So if you want to see that, I'll make a video about it if you get 100 likes.
Face. How about you? Step aside or I'll cut you. I searched the ground for any traces of blood or anything and found nothing. This group of assassins was elite and seriously knew how to cover their tracks. I now realized that it was up to me to stop this attack and make sure my son was safe. I immediately drove to the Empire State Building and spoke to their head of security. "You've got to listen to me. This isn't a joke. There is going to be an attack." He laughed.
There's a part that has a bad word in it, and I'm gonna skip it, like 2 seconds, because this channel is family friendly, and I don't want swear words on it, so I'll just see where it is.
In my face. "Okay, pal, get back on your meds." I was horrified at how little he seemed to care. I started searching through a massive sea of students of all ages and stopped when I couldn't find my son's group. I would need to stop the attack in some other way. I glared at the head of security. "I'll be back to stop this."
Oh, whoa, next.
I quickly picked up some basic supplies and drove over to a park in Bethesda. Eddie and I had a fallback dead drop spot there ever since 2002. Whatever Eddie had been working on for the last 12 months would be here. My hands
How does he just remove a brick and find it? Perfectly good letter. Wouldn't it be like a little bit wet or something? Because water can squeeze through some holes. Oh my god. Well, I've got to say, this is not AI, because I've got the same program. If I go out and then, let me just move myself. If I go here, I've got the same program that does it. Oh yeah, McLaren is the best car. No hate, that's my favourite car. I will block you from this channel. You see, I don't care what you like. This is my channel, not yours. So, I've got this that technically does the same. Like, you can place down stuff, and that's what he used to make all of his videos, I think, because you can add stuff and just, there's, by the way, for you that are YouTubers, you can also use video editing. So here, just add one of your files and then you edit it. Don't save. Back onto this.
shook as I took out a loose brick in a retaining wall behind the maintenance shed and found a sealed manila envelope inside. The envelope had no dust on it, meaning that he'd recently made a drop. I kept checking my watch and thinking, there's not going to be enough time, and I need to figure this out quickly. I got back in my car, opened up the envelope, and took out a USB flash drive, a single Polaroid, and an index card with one word that read Sokolov. Where do I know that name? I plugged the USB drive into my laptop and saw 340 files pop up on the screen. The titles read Surveillance Photos, Financial Records, Immigration Manifests, Intercepted SMS Logs. I shook my head in disbelief. There was nowhere near enough time to read everything here. Eddie had been working on this case alone for years. I read more. Viktor Sokolov, Russian-born, naturalized American, who acts like a real estate mogul, but is actually a human trafficker. Then my heart sank when I saw a picture of Sokolov shaking hands with Senator Howard Greenway. Holy crap, this corruption goes all the way up the chain of command. Eddie had written down an address for Sokolov. He was my first target. I thought of my son and panicked, then sped down the freeway in a panic, made it up to New York, and parked out front of Sokolov's building. I waited for a few seconds. Then I saw Sokolov walk out and get into a black SUV. This might be my only chance. Ding, a text from my ex-wife. Call me, we're worried about you. That was always my ex-wife's way of wanting something from me. Can't engage in your bullshit right now. I'm trying to save our son. I had a horrific, nightmarish fantasy of seeing my son choking on some chemical gas. I shook my head. Snap out of it. You don't have time. I ignored her text and followed Sokolov to a warehouse in Long Island. I sat in my car across the street and waited. Then I finally saw Sokolov leave, and I decided to get a better look at what they were doing inside. So I snuck into a side window and saw a bunch of large wooden crates. I looked inside one of them and saw thousands of vials. What in the hell?
It all starts with a spin, and you'll get 50 of them for free when you join us at Sky Vegas, with an extra 200 on top when you deposit and spend £10. Download the Sky Vegas app and enjoy a welcome on us.
How do I have ads? I've got...
When every second counts, with Braun, it takes no time to look legendary.
Sorry, guys.
Discover Brawn. You take one pass, Brawn takes 5. Cutting it close never felt so comfortable. The only electric shaver awarded which Best Buy 5 years in a row. Brawn, better by design.
Oh, what's that red liquid? No label. My heart sank. Eddie was right. This had to be the illegal chemical. I started taking pictures, and then my heart stopped cold when I heard a thick Russian accent. What the hell do you think you're doing? I turned around and saw Sokolov. My hands trembled, and I started sweating. I quickly shoved him away and took off running down a row of crates. He chased me, aimed his gun, and my fear grew. I rushed down a hallway and hid inside one of the offices. Breathe, breathe. I don't know if he saw me enter. I quickly tried to open the window, but it was completely locked. Crap, I'm trapped. I hid in the closet and waited. Several seconds later, I could see through the closet door Sokolov's shadow walking past the office. He went by me, and I breathed a sigh of relief. Then I freaked out again when he doubled back and swung open the office door. He walked into the room, his gun still in his hand.
Guys, would you be scared if you were in the same situation? I would be so scared. Like, he could just kill me anytime. Especially, he's Russian. He will just kill you.
I held my breath and stayed as still as possible. Then he walked right in front of the closet door, faced me, raised his gun directly at my face, and smiled. I can smell your fear. I had to act fast because he was about to blow my head off. He fired a shot, and at the last split second, I ducked down, missing the bullet by less than an inch, launched myself out of the closet, tackled him back.
I told you he'll just kill him. Told you. But his story is smart. I've got to admit, come on. He is smart.
Backwards, and we crashed through the wooden desk. My adrenaline to survive took over. His gun flew out of his hand when we landed, and I reached for it. Before I could grab it, he bit my ear and drew blood. Then he whacked me with an elbow so hard that I saw stars. I quickly recovered, moved out from underneath him, kicked him across the face, and took off. I made it out of a back door, jumped into my car, and sped away. I kept checking my rear view to see if I was being chased, but no one was there. Calm yourself down. You're still alive. Focus. You have to save your son. I looked closer at my reflection through the rearview mirror and saw that my ear wasn't bleeding anymore. Man, I heal fast. Weird. I pulled over at a rest stop, got on my laptop and researched those red vials. Nothing came up. I dug into Eddie's notes again and found a page that had a drawing of the shape of the red vial at the top and a list of locations. The addresses were apartments and houses. I drove to check on the first home address and got another text from my wife. Call me, please. Have you spoken with your doctor? I ignored her again. She's always worried about everything, and if she knew what I was actually dealing with, she would really be.
This is not real stories, is it? I don't think so. Alright, back on.
Freaked out. I drove up to the first house and saw a man with a thick black beard. He's got to be a part of this, and he might know an exact time they plan to attack. Then I got a call from my doctor and sent it to voicemail. He was calling to give me my test results from a CT scan I had a week ago. I felt fine, so I'm sure it was nothing. I knocked on his door, and he opened. I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm looking for a friend that had your address listed in his book. What's your friend's name? Eddie Garrett. His eyes widened. Come in. We need to talk. There is a lot to tell you about Eddie. Okay, but please tell me quickly. I have to get back to the Empire State Building. Okay, take it easy, my friend. I grew nervous, unsure. I stepped inside his house, and it seemed like no one lived here. There was no furniture and some unpacked boxes. Moving in or moving out? I'm leaving. I'll make us some tea. He went into the kitchen, and I glanced down at a label on one of the boxes that read, Ship to Islamabad, Pakistan. I heard him fidgeting around in the kitchen. Then he came out and had one hand underneath his tray that had a pot of tea with 2 cups on it. His other hand was behind his back.
He's gonna shoot him. Is Eddie set this up because he hates his friend? I feel that might have happened. Surely.
He had a big smile on his face, approached me, and I was skeptical of what he might have put in the tea if he was indeed a part of this, and what he was hiding behind his back. The strangest part to me was his eyes. He held an odd smile, but his eyes had a cold, dead quality behind them. That gave me a wicked chill. As he got close to me, he hurled the entire tray of scalding hot tea right at my face. I barely managed to lift my arm.
I told you he'll do something to him.
arm and block some of it. Ah! Third-degree burns on my arm. With his other hand, he pulled out a large kitchen knife from behind his back and stabbed towards my stomach. He pierced the tip of the blade into my side, but I didn't let him stab any further in because I gripped onto his wrist. He yelled, "You will never stop us." We struggled back and forth. Then I overpowered him, slammed a vicious headbutt across his nose and broke it. "How are you a part of this? When is the attack happening?" Eddie died like a dog in the street, and so will you. In a furious rage, I got the knife out of his hand, but he ran into the hallway and into a bedroom. I chased after him and he
Come on, his story. Kill him so he gets the hell out of here. F you, Russia.
slammed the door in my face. I rammed my shoulder into it a few times and finally busted it open to see this man swallowing a pill and biting down on it. He looked up to the ceiling and said some prayer in a language I didn't understand, and then whatever he swallowed caused him to double over in pain, foam at the mouth, and die. What did you swallow? Answer me. What did you just take? I was shocked and horrified. Why did this man feel the need to do such a terrible, self-inflicted
Learn to read on the reading eggs. The fun never ends with Reggie and friends. There's lots of games on reading eggs. We're gonna learn how to read. Yes, please.
Come on. Reading eggs. Who do you think
act?
I
I took a few deep breaths, recovered,
am? Reading eggs. Come on. Make a better ad.
patched up my small stomach wound, and started looking around his place. In a side drawer, I found an address in New York City marked Target, Empire State Building, and today's date, December 1st at 1:30 p.m. In 2 hours from now. I felt a terror unlike ever before. My son being exposed to some freaky chemical haunted me. I had to contact my old boss at the CIA, so I walked up to a sign that read, Harper Accounting. No one would know it's actually a secret location for the CIA, because from the outside, it looks exactly like an unassuming accountant's office. I walked in and told Agent Harper everything. He was my old handler and knew me better than most. He heard me out. Then to my surprise, he looked at me as if I was deranged. Wow, how long have you been investigating this? A few days now. I'm seriously onto something, Harper. I wouldn't have bothered you if I wasn't. He shifted around, nervously. I felt like he didn't believe me and that maybe he was in on it. My stomach went to knots. You can verify what I'm saying. Go check out the
No way Harper's about to also try and kill his story. Like, come on. Come on.
address and where that man with the black beard lives. You'll find his body. Look at this wound. I lifted my shirt and showed him where I had been
Holy six-pack.
partially stabbed, and he looked at it, very unimpressed. Then he looked up at me, highly concerned. Fine, I'll pair you up with your old buddy, Ortiz. He signaled over to Ortiz to join us. Take him to where this
Is Ortiz gonna kill him now?
all happened. Ortiz seemed uncomfortable. Are you sure? Yes, he needs help. So do what he asks you to do. Okay, I drove out with Agent Ortiz to the warehouse first. We arrived and saw the entrance. We got out and I braced myself. Just a heads up, we do not want to have another run-in with Sokolov. That dude's a nightmare. Agent Ortiz smirked as if I was making a joke, which pissed me off. There's nothing funny about it. The dude's a killer. Right, a killer. I'll be sure to stay on the lookout. I don't see why you think any of this is funny. My son and many other kids are in serious danger. I took him in through the same side entrance I went into, walked in,
Why is the house so empty? Just saying. About his story. You're so good.
and saw nothing. Not a trace of any red vials or wooden crates. He glanced over at me, very concerned. I swear it was right here.
They moved. They moved. There's no way they moved. Oh, his story.
obviously moved them once they knew I was here and thought that I might be onto them. Yeah, I'm sure that was it. You don't believe me, do you? Nah, I believe you. He seemed like he was lying. Look at this dust. I kneeled down and showed him some dust. They just moved the crates. Ortiz kneeled down and touched the floor. It looks like nothing's been in this warehouse for years. Sorry, man. I clenched my fists in frustration. I'm telling you, they just moved it. It was here. I know what I saw. Fine, let me take you to where the body is. That'll prove I'm not lying, okay? He was hesitant and even seemed scared, which was surprising to me for a CIA agent. It was almost as if he was just a regular guy. We drove across town, parked in front of the same
That's a car that is pretty good. It's a Skoda Kodiaq. Let me just see. Wait, I don't want to buy a car. Pictures there. That's it there. So cool. Back to the video.
House, entered and saw the man's body had been completely cleaned up and removed. There wasn't a trace of anything in the apartment that seemed like it was moved. No teapot, no kitchen knife, no traces of blood. Everything was put in its perfect place. I was shocked. Damn, these guys are really good at cleaning up their mess. This is crazy. It's just like they did with Eddie. Ortiz giggled. Yeah, crazy. He searched every room and I didn't even say anything. I shook my head, felt horrible. On his way out, is there somewhere I can take you? Maybe the hospital or... No, I don't need a hospital. I'm fine. I'm the only one that knows what happened, and I guess I'll just have to stop this attack on my own, since no one's going to believe me. I walked out. I knew that time was of the essence, so I rushed over to the Empire State Building and notified their head of security again. Look, I have reason to believe that within the hour, there is a serious threat to your building and all these people. I believe terrorists are planning to release a red vial that has some kind of chemical substance that will cause harm. It's what my friend Eddie was killed over. I know you think I'm crazy, but please just take this threat seriously. The security guy smirked. Yeah, I think you're actually onto something, pal. I had a moment of deep relief. Finally, someone believed me. Because we got a tip that Santa Claus just partnered up with Rudolph and the red-nosed reindeers, and they plan to drop a bomb. His partner choked up his coffee from laughing so hard. I was enraged. Then I saw a news headline from a newsstand that read, Senator Greenway to give his speech to elementary school kids. I need to get to the senator. I waited for the speech to start and saw Greenway surrounded by 4 police officers. That was my way in. Kidnap Greenway and force a confession out of him. I couldn't see any other way. I waited in the stall in the nearby restrooms for one of his security guards to use it. I was nervous as hell because I hated when I had to hurt an innocent person. As soon one stepped in, I locked the door behind me, snuck up behind him as he was peeing, and knocked him out. Ah! My knuckles hurt. I dragged him into the stall and took his clothes. I looked slick in a policeman's uniform. I tied his hands around the toilet bowl, put a gag in his mouth, and walked out. I made my way through the crowd and approached Senator Greenway. Sir, I just got word that someone in our security outfit is connected to a potential terrorist plot. I'm gonna need you to come with me to a safe place until I rectify the situation. Did you say someone on my team of security? One of you guys? Yes, sir. I've just been informed by the CIA. The threat is real. I need you to come with me right now because we do believe that you're in serious danger. I have to give a speech.
Oh, he's good at making stuff. That's a good excuse.
Each in 10 minutes. All these kids are waiting. How long will this take? It shouldn't be more than a few minutes. Greenway wasn't happy, but he followed me into a nearby empty office. I knew I only had one chance to stop him. I pulled out a knife and put it against his throat. I know what you've done with Sokolov and what you did to Eddie and what you're planning to do, you traitor. I'm gonna give you one chance to call off the attack or I will end your life right now. What are you talking about? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Call off the chemical attack right now. I handed him a phone. Are you off your meds? Jesus. Shut up. You need to make whatever call you need to make and stop this right now. I'll give you 3 seconds or I will end you. Too many lives are at stake. 3, 2, 1. He stared at me with a strange, bewildered look, and his entire body trembled in fear. Okay, just take it easy. I'll make a call. Do it. He spoke into his phone. Hey, it's me. Mission abort. Yes, I'm serious. The chemical attack can't happen. Mission abort. I grabbed his phone and saw a blank screen. Liar, you weren't calling anyone. I'm sorry. I honestly don't know who you want me to call. 2 security guards rushed in, guns drawn. I leaped out of a window and took off running. The security guards chased me, but I was way faster. I ran into an alleyway near the Empire State Building and hid. They rushed by and didn't see me. The fact that he wasn't calling anyone confirmed that he was behind this. I would have to find another way to stop the attack and time was running out. It was 10 minutes before the attack time and I stood in front of the Empire State Building searching for any signs of foul play. I checked different people for anything suspicious and didn't find anything out of the ordinary.
You didn't find anything out the ordinary. So you didn't see
I'll play. I checked different
a kid just standing on the road. That's normal for him to just get hit by a car, I guess. What the?
people for anything suspicious and didn't find anything out of the ordinary. There were a few thousand innocent high schoolers standing around and
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Okay. Let's continue.
Waiting. I searched for my son, but he was nowhere to be seen. I wanted to scream out for them to run, but had no idea where to even start. I was terrified for them as I paced around and in between them. Then everything changed when I saw Sokolov turning a corner and heading towards me. Behind him was a semi-truck with what looked like the same cargo crates of red vials right behind him. He was about to launch the attack. The semi-truck pulled over to the side of the street and parked. The driver stepped out and joined Sokolov. I had to stop them. Hey, there they are! Someone grab them! I charged Sokolov and tackled him down to the floor. He looked up at me, enraged, and I saw a timer fall out of his hands. It was counting down in seconds. 30, 29, 28. I looked below the semi-truck, and under the main compartment, there was a block of C4 explosive that was on the same timer. I had to save my son and so many more, and I was rapidly running out of time. I had to disarm it before it exploded. Sokolov got up, kicked me, rushed into a black SUV, and they peeled out.
That was the same car that he was in. Bro.
Was left alone in the middle of the street with thousands of New Yorkers and high schoolers walking by without a clue they were about to experience a chemical attack. It was too late to tell people to run, so I went under the semi-truck and studied the timer. 11, 10, 9. I had no idea how to stop it. I saw 2 wires, a red and a blue one. 3, 2, 1. I had no idea which wire to pull, so I totally guessed and yanked out the red wire and tightly shut my eyes. Please God, help me. Please be the right wire. I love my son so much. Please. I didn't hear anything, so I opened up my eyes and saw that nothing had happened. Oh my God. Oh my God. I stopped it. I stopped it. I wept like a little...
Well done, bro. Clap it up for him. Clap it up for me. I just guessed it.
Kid. I was so relieved. Damn, I got lucky. I hugged a few high schoolers and they had no idea why, but I didn't care. Then I shifted my way through a few kids and saw my son. I pulled him into the longest hug ever. Then I saw a car pull up with 2 male nurses and my doctor. He was staring at me with concern. Hey doc, what are you doing here? He grew really sad. I'm sorry to tell you this. You escaped from the hospital again. It's taken us the last couple days to track you down. I looked at my son, who now looked concerned, and I started laughing. Yeah, right. What are you going on about? My doctor stepped towards me. Mr. Holloway, you're having another episode and your ex-wife notified us. You didn't take your meds and you escaped from Bellevue Hospital 3 days ago. Bullshit. I just saved the city from...
Whoa. I'm so sorry. This is a family-friendly channel. That will not happen again. I'll watch the videos
a chemical attack.
before I show them to you. I'm so sorry. I should have known.
Look inside the back of this semi-truck right here. Look in one of the crates. I just saved my son. They didn't move, so I hopped onto the back of the truck and popped open a crate. I'm gonna show you a vial of some type of the chemical itself, but be really careful because we can't let it get out. I reached into a crate, and to my complete shock, I took out a can of Bum energy drink. There was no red vial. I stared at it in shock. No, wait, no, this doesn't make any sense. It can't be. I hopped off the back of the truck. Okay, well, look down here. I disarmed the C4 explosive detonator. I reached under
It's gonna be gone, isn't it? They know how to cover up the trails.
and found nothing. The doctor put a hand on my shoulder. You get delusional hero fantasies, Mr. Holloway. You never worked at the CIA, and you never had a partner named Eddie. You were an accountant. Then explain Sokolov. He's a Russian terrorist. He shook his head. No, Mr. Holloway. Sokolov is your wife's new husband. He works in real estate. You had another episode that was originally triggered from the time your daughter passed away when she was 3. That trauma triggered you to have to go to the mental hospital. I felt a massive wave of terrible sadness swell up inside of me, and I fell to the floor in tears. Lizzie, Lizzie, that's right, my baby girl. We need to get you back to the hospital right now. I glanced up at my son, and he was sad. Okay. The male nurses helped me up, and then 3 police vehicles pulled up, and the cops got out, guns drawn. Freeze! That man is wanted for attacking a senator. My doctor approached them and said something to them that I couldn't hear. They still had to handcuff me and take me downtown. I watched my son's face through the back of the police car window as they drove
Oh, that's so sad. He just saved the city, and now he's getting arrested. Oh my.
me away. I just wanted to make him proud of me, that's all. My doctor followed us, and a day later, they let me go back to Bellevue.
Oh my God, I'm back again. And this time, he's got company. Introducing the new slots.
On Betfair Casino tonight.
Dropping the freshest hits every week.
Oh, see my way.
Choose to cruise. Cruz Campo, Sevilla.
So, how did you like that, guys? Oh wait, it's not finished.
I'll play. I checked different people for anything suspicious and didn't.
What happened?
Dad, I'm 10 years old. You
Oh, it finished. Did you save this yet? Or no? I think there's a second part. I'll see that, and then if there is, I'll make a second part on this. So, goodbye, guys, and on every video, I'm gonna be dabbing at the end. So, goodbye.